My name is Christopher Dragon. I'm from Australia and I'm the Associate Conductor of the Colorado Symphony Orchestra. And as a conductor, you kind of need to take any opportunities that come up. So when I saw there was a position open for Associate Conductor, I had to apply. Straight away, I felt that there was a special connection with the orchestra, and this is something that doesn't always happen. So I'm so happy and I feel so fortunate to be a part of this orchestra. Well, apart from waving a stick around, I think the main job of the conductor, because in an orchestra you have 50, 60 different people in front of you, and each of them have their own interpretation or idea of how a piece of music should go. So I think as the conductor, it's your job to kind of get everyone onto the same page, so then you all have the same kind of route that you're taking for this music making. Conducting it's not something that you can really teach. I think you can teach maybe how to wave a stick around, but in regards of what is needed, I think to be able to communicate with people is actually a really important thing, and also to be able to have the leadership to get everyone onto the same page. So I think there's a lot of specific qualities, and it's a tough job. There are so many of us trying to make it as conductors, and it's extremely tough. So I think another one of the qualities, I guess, is just to be able to keep going at it, no matter how many kind of knockbacks that you get, because you get heaps. It's an extremely tough business to be in. Well, I started playing piano at a very, very young age, and I continued that all throughout until high school, where I actually picked up clarinet as the instrument that I would study and do my exams on. Then at university, clarinet was what I studied further, and conducting was kind of one of those things which I was always interested in, but I never really studied. It was something I did on the side. And then all of a sudden things tended to go quite well with the conducting. I started to have some lessons and everything kind of just snowballed, and now here I am in Colorado out of all places. So yeah, it's been a heck of a ride. My average day is a lot of studying, like a lot of studying. That takes up a majority of my day, especially because the Colorado Symphony does so many concerts in a week, and I get to conduct quite a large amount. It means that I really have to be prepared, and the worst feeling is not being prepared. So that's how I spend a majority of my day: sleeping, eating, and studying. One of the most rewarding things, and the thing that I look most to, is after doing all that study is actually finally being able to be in front of the orchestra and conducting and actually making music, because that's what we're all here for, whether it's the conductors or the musicians. We're here to make music. So I find that is the most rewarding part, or the part that I most look forward to. The musicians that play, it takes so much kind of refined motor skill, so much to be able to do what they do. And the amount of hours that they practice is exactly the same as any sports person preparing for a game. Musicians do exactly the same thing, and it's exhausting. It's extremely exhausting, emotionally, physically, everything that comes with a performance. It absolutely drains you by the time you finish it. Prokofiev's Romeo and Juliet, it's an unbelievable music score to the ballet, and of course, it being a ballet, there's no dialogue, so the music plays a really important role in actually telling the story. All the story, or majority of the story, happens in the music. So because of that, it's so descriptive, and Prokofiev's writing is extremely colorful. So this is the sort of music which I enjoy conducting, and which really appeals to me because there's just so much character and excitement in it. The best moment that I've had, or the funniest moment, I shouldn't really say the best, the funniest moment that I've had was with an opera company. We had a performance of, I think it was Anna Bolena, and one of the cast members just completely skipped a decent amount of text. And it was one of those moments, because you're in a performance, you can't really skip. It's very hard to skip a whole orchestra to catch up where the singer was. So there was a moment of kind of silence, And then the great part was the singer just started improvising completely, just making stuff up, and it was hilarious. It was terrifying, extremely terrifying at the time, but hilarious to be in that situation. I think experiencing an orchestra live is a completely unique experience. There's nothing that can recreate it, whether it's a CD or watching a clip on YouTube. There's nothing like actually being in the hall and seeing an orchestra live and feeling the vibrations from the music. It's a completely unique experience. And it's not one that people should be afraid of at all. I think especially out of all the orchestras that I've been to, the Colorado Symphony performs such a wide variety of music that it's bound to appeal to everyone. We do things from music with films, to video game music, to doing concerts with guest artists and pop artists, as well as, of course, our usual classical concerts. So there's such a wide variety of music that there's something for everyone. It's not just for a certain type of people.